breathing if you told me to. Now you're busy loving someone else. 11 years outside my life. Besides the kids, I have nothing to show. Wasted my years. Ladies, sing along. Ooh, love, I should have left your ass a long time ago. Alright, y'all. This ain't about Mary J. Blige and her fuckboy husband, Kendall Isaac, whatever the hell his name is. This is about Jill Scott and her soon-to-be ex-husband. Now, y'all, I'm all for, like, marriage, getting married, you know, having the happy family. But one curse of being a successful woman at times is finding a man who's equally as successful as you. So let's look and see what exactly is going on, because for some reason I don't think Mary J. Blige is girl. Okay, so news came out last week that Jill Scott was about to get a divorce, and her husband said that she was evil. And why is it every time a man has a problem with you, he wants to call you evil? I'm like, or crazy. Like no, y'all, she wasn't evil, she wasn't crazy. Y'all were not a good match. How's that? How about that? How about that? So his name was Mike Dobson, which is good, but he said, you know, some not so very nice things about Jilly from Philly, but I'm not about to take sides. Jill filed for divorce, and Dobson told Bossip that he was blindsided by the divorce filing. He also said she's an evil woman, I'm telling you. It's like what Jill wants, Jill gets. People are in her ear, and if someone comes in to challenge the dumb shit, they made me be the guy, and that got me out of there. She's got issues. There's no men in the family. There's only women. And when a man comes in, it's like a challenge. Okay? He's saying there's too much pussy in the house. So, it's basically saying it's a female ran home. Now, I'm not taking sides. I'm going straight to the cards, because I do like Jill Scott, but I remember that her and Maxwell had a tour, and it ended early because they were having issues, because I heard like Jill Scott was trying to take charge of the tour, and it was a two-person tour, not a one-person tour. So I think that Jill does have that strong black woman personality. So y'all, why don't we see what's going on? Okay, why don't we see? I like to always see what is the actual problem in the actual marriage, you know, what caused it. So why don't we go, Spirit is saying this is about to get nasty, because I think Jill is about to basically try to get back everything that she gave in the actual marriage, because it's obvious she's the top earner, you know, which I never advise for extremely wealthy women to marry below their tax bracket, because sadly those marriages just don't hold up. I mean, they just don't. You really have to marry somebody either above your income or just slightly below, just slightly. So why don't we see what caused the issue? I already forgot his name, in all honesty. Mike Dobson, I think it was saying. Guys, do me a favor too. Do not leave requests on the comment, you know, area, please. If you have a personal request, please send it via message. And again, do not leave request. I like to see more so of the conversation about the actual subject of the actual video. Okay, so his name is Mike Dobson. He's 49. Jill Scott is 45. So why don't we see, Spirit, what is going on with Jill Scott? I hate this damn camera. What? Like, what is going on with what is going on? Hold on, y'all. I have to try to figure out a way to adjust this because I'm not feeling it. What is going on with Jill Scott and Mike Dobson? Damn, I cannot remember this man's name. Mike Dobson. Spirit, what caused the separation of Mike Dobson and Jill Scott? Mike Dobson and Jill Scott. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. One thing Spirit is already saying, Spirit is saying that Mike was taking some type of money to try to start something up. He was trying to start something with, and he did have the permission of Jill Scott, but Jill Scott, it's like you giving your husband money to do something that he wants to do in order to make his own money, but then you start getting involved in it even though he didn't want you to get involved in it. So it's saying Jill got involved in some matters that he didn't want her involved in. I don't know why, but why don't we go to the cards? Yeah, don't need to say much, do I? You know, this relationship was very one-sided. It was very, very one-sided. One person was giving way more and way more love and way more feeling, way more emotion, way more into the actual marriage than another person was. And here's what I'm feeling was actually him. I think he was putting more into this actual marriage than Jill Scott was. I know that sounds crazy, but I think it was him who was trying to make it work, and it was very one-sided. Very, very one-sided. I'm about to see why it was, so let me just keep going. From the beginning, they kind of, I feel like from the very beginning, they weren't sure where the marriage was going to really go from the very start. So I'm seeing like Jilly from Philly actually took a chance on this marriage. Like, she didn't know where it was going to go, but she kind of, you know, said, you know what, let me risk it, let me see. So interesting. Okay, so let's just keep going. Very on and off, very long periods of not speaking and then speaking, not speaking, speaking, not speaking. And actually, when she filed for like divorce, he was blindsided, because he thought that they were actually working on their like relationship. So he was blindsided. So it is true. Y'all, Jill been moved on, honey. Like, Jill has the energy of looking for other men, other men of interest. This marriage has been super duper one-sided from the actual very start. I don't see where it was ever balanced. Okay, y'all. Y'all. I'ma have me a drink, because in my mind, I feel like, girl, like Mike, is his name Mike Dobson? Jill has been in control of this relationship since y'all were dating. Like, I don't understand how these cards are. These cards are speaking in terms of a woman who doesn't like listen, and a man who is kind of like in his own imaginary like relationship. No. Also, Jill is showing up as a woman who's very hard to please. She's hard to please. She's hard to make happy. She's very, I kind of always knew this about like Jill Scott. Jill Scott is a very complicated woman. She's complex. Like, you can spiritually, you can look at her. I know she has a really good rep. A lot of people love like Jill Scott, but guys, energetically, she's damaged, like, from love. I don't think it's not that she doesn't believe in love. Jill Scott makes love complicated. She's a complex person. So love for her is not a clean cut. It's very complicated. From very early on, she never trusted her husband. She always felt like he was up to something. Yeah, y'all, I'm not crazy. It was never good from jump. I think she just married him just to be married. I think Jill Scott gave up on love, and it's kind of sad, because one thing, like, giving up on love is like giving up on a good slice of like New York pizza. It's like you live in the South, but someday you know you will have a good slice of New York style pizza. You know what I'm saying? And she just kind of, I'm gonna say it. Jill Scott does not believe in love. She believes in companionship and having a partner. But love, I think she feels that time is gone in her life. Sad, even though she sings a lot about, let's take a long walk around the park. Yeah, she's kind of over that. Also, this is juicy. Like right here, it's telling me of someone who, they've been weird since day one, y'all. Like, this is a really short reading because I'm not seeing, y'all, he still had ties to an ex. Somebody who he was telling what he was going through, and I think Jill actually found out. So, let's see how this divorce is about to go, because that's where all the tea is, y'all. That's where all the tea is. Like, who cares about everything else, girl? We want to know, how messy is the divorce about to get. Okay, let's go. Why don't we see? Okay, how is the divorce between Jill Scott and Mike Dobson going to go? How is the divorce with Jill Scott and Mike Dobson going to go? How is the divorce going to go? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Oh, let us see, how is this divorce about to go? Wow, it's actually, it's about to be postponed. It's actually about to be postponed. It's funny, but I think they're trying to talk out some things, or talk out some things. Not in a lovey-dovey way, but I think they're about to go into like private, whatever it's called, when you sit there and you negotiate, but something is postponed. Something is postponed, y'all. And it's actually Jill Scott who's postponing it. I think she's about to do something, so it's gonna cause her to kind of pause like her divorce. I don't know if she's about to film a movie or to do some type of tour, but something is about to have her postponing it. Yeah, y'all, it's postponed. It's not about to happen. I thought it was about to be juicy. I thought it was about to be like Dallas. like remember that show Dallas when everybody was sleeping with each other and fighting each other? No, it's actually Jill Scott is trying to get her coins right. She's actually trying to get some stuff ready. They're not getting back together though, but it's something is postponed. So no, it's not going to be one of those soap opera type of things. Okay, I'm out to see. I'm sorry, if Jill Scott would have came to me, I would have told her no. I would have said, why are you getting married? Why? Like, I understand you want stability in your bedroom, because personally, every woman wants one sausage link, you know, like in her bed. Like, after a certain age, you don't want to be sitting on all types of penises. You really want one man. So, I mean, I understand, but with you being at a certain income, you can find your little companion, but you can't. It's hard to just marry any random person. So I want to see, how does Jilly from Philly, Jilly looks like she'll eat a man for breakfast. She looks savage. Like, so I know when she's mad, she will tear you a new asshole. I can feel it. So why don't we see, how does Jill Scott feel about her husband? How does Jill Scott feel about her husband, Mike Dobson? How does Jill Scott feel about, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Let's see. Last Judgment. She actually feels like she's given him too many chances and it's time for him to go. She also feels that he's sneaky. There's a sneaky energy. She feels that he is actually very sneaky and that he is actually up to something. So she felt like he was never really honest. I'll put that over here. She felt like he was never really honest. She feels like he brought a lot of drama into her life. Okay, so from day one, she's felt like he's caused drama. So I'm about to see. Okay, so she sees him as a troublemaker. Okay, interesting. Which I'm seeing why she didn't really trust him from jump. So let me see. Shifty, like not trustworthy, shady, in a gray area. She actually married him to prove herself wrong. She sees him as a troublemaker, so she's happy to be getting rid of him, but it's still bittersweet, and she is looking for like love. it's weird. She doesn't believe in love, so I'll say she's looking for companionship almost. Also, he was doing stuff without her permission, without her knowing. Yeah, she didn't trust him. So why don't we go into how he, well, we already know he said that bitch is evil. But why don't we see how Mike Dobson feels about Jill Scott. How does Mike Dobson feel about like Jill Scott? How does Mike Dobson feel about Jill Scott? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Interesting. Offset. Woo, woo. I got a song in my head. He wants to defend his reputation. He is ready to like move on, but he feels like Jill Scott is trying to like destroy his rep so that he'll never be able to work. I think whatever, I don't know what he does for like a living, but I feel he used to travel. It's funny, it's not about money with him as much as it is his reputation. He's scared of losing what he's worked hard to earn, and I don't know what he does. Let me see what this is. And also he's trying to figure out how to move on. He's trying to figure out how to move on. Y'all, he has a little friend. He's got a little friend. I really think he's gonna bounce right back from like Jill Scott. I feel it's somebody from his past who he's going to like hook back up with very quickly. I even think while he's still married. So interesting, because it keeps coming up as a female from his past who he has very like close ties with, and it just keeps coming up in the like reading and stuff like that. I just feel Jill Scott is like emotionally shut down. I feel she's a wounded woman who needs help. I do. I don't think she's evil, but I think she needs some healing. I really do. It's funny how people look up to you because you're a singer and stuff like that, but you got some deep-seated issues. So I just want to see, what are the ancestors saying about the end of her marriage? What are the ones who came before her that have to say about her marriage? We are asking for advice and guidance from those who have passed on. I don't know why I want to do this in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. What do y'all have to say, ancestors? Y'all, I remember I had the craziest mediumship reading where this lady asked me about an ancestor from 100 years ago who she didn't even know. It was the worst mediumship reading of my entire life. She didn't know who the hell I was. Y'all, that's a whole other, I gotta do a story time about like when readers don't connect to their clients. So why don't I see what do the ancestors have to say about Jill Scott and Mike Dobson's marriage? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Y'all, it's sad. I feel sad. Like, I feel overwhelmingly sad. I feel sad. And I'm gonna tell you why, because I feel like this was like Jill Scott's last chance to find love. I really do. I hate to just say it. Sometimes spiritually, that was our last chance. You know, I do feel like she can find somebody else, but it's not. It feels sad, y'all. I'm sad, but let me just go to the cards. What do the ancestors want? It's just sad. I feel sad. Gotta be honest with you. It's over. But it's so crazy because they're almost, it's almost like I can hear what they're trying to say. They're almost trying to tell like Jill Scott, you cannot build a home from a broken heart. Like it's crazy. She has the 10 of Cups, but it was actually upside down. The Queen of Cups and Death. She wasn't emotionally ready. She really wasn't. She wasn't emotionally ready to be married. He's not a bad of a guy. I'm just being honest, guys. He's not a bad person. He's really not. Her husband is not a terrible, like, this ain't fuckboy Kendall Isaac. You know what I'm saying? She wanted somebody who would be her equal. You see what I'm saying? It's funny because she also wanted like another child. Cool. Cool. She wants a girl. They do want her to move on. It's true. They do feel like it is best that she moves on, but I almost feel like somebody who's gonna have to do a lot of mirror work, a lot of work on healing. She hasn't healed, y'all. She's literally like somebody who has a open wound and is just bleeding all over the place. She's hurt, y'all. And why don't we send healing light and a motherfucking drink to Jill Scott, because I'm about to take a toast for her pain and her damn suffering, because the ancestors are saying use your wisdom too. They're also saying she didn't use her wisdom when it came to this like marriage. She was really wanting to grow something big. She really did. And it's sad because it wasn't ready. It wasn't ready. He wasn't the one. Nice guy, because believe it or not, he is a nice guy. Like, he ain't perfect. He was doing some sneaky stuff, I won't lie, and there keeps coming up a woman from his past who he was still like, you know how you got that work husband when your man pisses you off and you go and you holler at your like work husband? It's that type of, well, he had a work wife. I don't know. So yeah, y'all, it's sad, but girl, don't give up on love, okay? Conjure on.